Alright boys, so in today's video we're going to be going over the upcoming events in April, and I'm going to be letting you guys know what's going to be coming to the game and what you should be preparing for. Although the most massive big hype thing that is coming towards the end of April is going to be the 20 million download campaign. Well, it's the 20 million download campaign over on JP. For us it'll be like 18 or whatever, right? But the reason this is super hype is that we're going to be getting the free 5-star ticket, right? If you click on the 20 million download campaign and we go down here and we check, any of these servants, any single one of these is yours for the taking. You can pick any one of these servants, and don't worry, I'll be putting out an in-depth guide on who I think you should probably go with, and I'll kind of analyze each and every one of the servants. But this is absolutely huge because for most people, you're probably just going to pick waiver, right? And that means everybody has waiver, which means everybody's account is literally lifted from being like doo-doo butter to being competitively viable, right? Because waiver is just that good. The free 50% to one ally, just the generically good buffs, it's just going to be insane for a lot of people. And then if you already have waiver, you're free to pick any of these other servants. You can pick Tamamo, you can get Mordred if you like her, you can get Napoleon, you can just start filling in gaps for what you need. Maybe you just need like a really good just single target DPS servant, so you go for like Ozzy or Vlad or something. Maybe you want a bit of extra support in your box and you go for Osaka Behime. Regardless, it is an insane thing that they bring to the game, and they're really trying to taunt people to not save for Castoria because they're bringing an all-star lineup as well. They're bringing Musashi, Ishtar, Gil, Skahak, Jalter, Kentoki. Like, all of these servants are really strong. Even Brynhildr and Da Vinci over here, who I don't think are like quite the strongest, are still pretty good servants, right? Like, everybody on this banner is absolutely insane. This is definitely the highlight of April that will be coming towards the end of the month. But even before that, you have to look forward to the Olympus release, because Lost Belt 5.2 is going to be pretty hype if you like to read the story. The boss battles are pretty fun to do. They're a bit hard, so make sure you prepare your box. If you did not like Shimosa, I'm going to warn you right now, there are quests where they make you use Musashi as your friend servant, and those are quite annoying to do. So just kind of keep that in mind, that if you didn't like the Shimosa quests, some of the ones in Olympus are going to be a little annoying. But Olympus also brings 3 pretty powerful servants: Dioscuri, Romulus, and Canis is a strong servant once she gets her buff. She's kind of just a generic AoE Lancer right now, but once she gets her buff that gives her like the battery and makes her more consistent, then she actually becomes quite good. So it's going to be bringing a lot of powerful servants into the game. So it's just going to be an extremely hype month going forward. I mean, I've been literally praising people like Dioscuri ever since they were first announced. So it's going to be very hard for me to tell people like, oh, don't summon for this single target saber that's literally like perfect with Castoria, who comes out a few months later. It's very hard for me to not tell you guys this, but look, if you're a free-to-play player, you just take the free 5-star ticket, take that as some kind of copium, and just get your free servant, and then try to save for Castoria, because all of these servants are absolutely phenomenal, right? Like, they are all really giga powerful. Like I was saying, the Dioscuri twins basically function as a hybrid quick and art servant, because they turn their quick cards into arts cards and their arts cards into quick cards. They just become absolutely insane. And then you have Romulus, who just allows all manner of disgusting strategies, right? I've been kind of talking about this one in particular ever since Romulus was really announced, because it's just one of the most funny ones that I think everybody should be able to do. It's Boudica, Siegfried, Romulus while fighting dragons, because Romulus makes everybody Romans, Boudica gives everybody a Roman special damage mod, Siegfried has big damage against dragons. You pretty much do all of that, and you're unironically, without event damage bonus and everything, doing millions of damage. Like, Romulus, not only just in and of himself, is a very powerful, just strong AoE Buster Lancer, like being able to compete with people like Lancer Artoria and Ereshkigal, but he allows stupid, disgusting strategies like that, where you're like, oh, I'm fighting a dragon person, Well, any person with the dragon trait just becomes absolutely trivialized, and it's not like dragons are uncommon to fight as bosses, especially or as a servant trait. So yeah, you pretty much just take all of those and you just take them to Pound Town, or basically anyone that you can overlap these buffs with. So you could do the same thing with like Jack as well. You can bring Jack to fight a female enemy, turn them into Romans, get the bonus damage for someone like Boudica, and you just eviscerate them, right? He just allows for very disgusting things because the ability to slap traits on your opponent that you can then give your entire party big special damage mod against is absolutely broken. Like, he allows so many disgusting strategies, right? And then obviously we have the rate ups over here that I was kind of talking about. These though, I think just kind of as like a preliminary thing before, we even get into, this releasing and I make videos being like, oh, Musashi's really good and Ishtar's pretty good, Gil is good, Jalter's good. Obviously, they're all really strong servants. I still think you should hold out for them. If you really want them, maybe try to get them on like a lucky bag or something, or hold out for their next rate up, because these are all extremely popular servants. They will always go back on rate up at some point. It's not like they're going to be gone forever. I just think you're doing way more for yourself and you're really helping the strength of your account if you can just be strong and hold out until Castoria comes out, because Castoria is by and away like one of the most powerful servants they have ever created. Even after Koyenskaya with the 6th-year anniversary, I didn't think that Koyenskaya was like a tier above someone like Castoria. Like, I think they're actually extremely competitive, right? So even now, like a year later, she is just standing tall, right? Being this giga powerful servant, even after Koyenskaya technically kind of got a buff with the other Koyenskaya coming out. Now we have Koyenskaya of the Light and Darkness, right? Which is like a semi-buff for Koyenskaya. Even with that, Castoria just remains giga powerful. Like, she is supremely good still. And like, it just, after using her for like a little over a year now on JP, like, I almost can't imagine playing the game without Castoria. It's like, that's how just much of a night and day difference it is between having and not having Castoria. So if I could just please just stress that everybody, you just save as hard as you can, especially if you're free to play and you're not buying a lot of Saint Quartz. You just got to save your Saint Quartz. You got to get your hands on Castoria. She's just stupid, dummy, insane, broken, whatever adjective I gotta use to stress how good this servant is, okay? So I think, like, even though everything here is gonna be insanely hype, we have Dioscuri, Romulus, the murderer's row of just different hype servants, you gotta save for Castoria. So hopefully, with all that being said, you have a really good idea of what's coming in for April. Again, like I'm saying, it's gonna be pretty hype, because Olympus, if you don't read the story, you gotta read Olympus. Olympus is stupid hype. Like, everybody likes the Greek gods. Like, you're not gonna tell me you don't like Greek mythology. We literally go to Olympus and we throw hands with people like Zeus and all them. We get to find out what happens to Hades and everything. We just get to throw hands with all the Greek gods. Like, if you don't think that's sick, you're playing the wrong game, man. Go back to playing Fortnite. Go back to playing Dokkan Battle. Go play Bleach Brave Souls. You're not in the right spot, man, if you don't want to throw hands with all the Olympic deities, man. It is super sick. I know a lot of people are also very excited because Koyenskaya and Musashi play a very large part in the Singularity as well. Make sure you just put your nose down and you read this, okay? It's some pretty good stuff. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. And if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe. I stream every weekday on my Twitch, by the way. Forgot to mention that early in the video. But yeah, every weekday I stream on my Twitch. I'd like to see more of you guys come out there. Now, with all that being said, I can go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace. Late, guys.